Good morning, fellow baseball whale lifers. How we all doing? Happy Friday. The weekend is here, TGIF. And today we're going to continue our 30 teams in 30 days by highlighting the 2021 Boston Red Sox. Yes, Red Sox Nation is large and strong and all over the United States. So I'm sure a lot of you are out there who are Red Sox fans, so listen carefully. The Red Sox the last few years kind of remind me of the weather here in the Northeast. If you don't like it one day, just wait a day or two and the weather will change. Well, that's kind of been the Red Sox the last few seasons. Remember when they were the best team in baseball and just steamrolling through everybody? Wasn't that just like 2 seasons ago? Well, who remembers the last place Red Sox at 2020? What is going on? Which Red Sox team is the real team? Well, I think this year we're going to see both spectrums meet in the middle here, and the Red Sox will probably be about a 500 team. I love the Red Sox lineup. They excite me, and it's always a tradition. I don't know. There's something about. I don't want to ramble on here, but there's something about the Red Sox tradition, Fenway Park, that you just have to watch them. They're one of those teams, and America loves them. I mean, they're like the Yankees. I think actually the majority of Americans probably like the Red Sox more than the Yankees. The Yankees are probably still the most popular team in baseball, but the Red Sox have quite a following all over the country. And whenever they visit a National League city every third year, they're a big draw no matter where they go. But they still have eyeballs on them, even when they're mediocre, which they probably will be this year. The good thing about the Red Sox is Shane Bloom is not trying to pull a quick fix like they did years past with Pablo Sandoval, etc. I think they're accepting the fact that they won't be pennant contenders this year, and they're trying to do it the right way. And they are trying to restock the farm system and build the team up from within. And Alex Cora, another lightning rod. Either people love him or hate him. I actually think he's a very good baseball man. What happened with the whole cheating scandal is none of my business now that everything's been resolved. So let a sleeping dog sleep. I know some people are always going to hammer him for what happened in the past, but I think he paid for his transgressions, and he's back, and that's probably good for the Red Sox. And my general consensus is most Red Sox fans love Alex. So I think he's a good man to have, and I think he can survive the rebuild and make them contenders again, because I think the players really respect him. And speaking of players, I think this is going to be big years for Rafael Devers and JD Martinez. JD has really slumped off from when the Red Sox first acquired him. And if his bat catches fire like it has in the past, expect big things from the Red Sox offense. And Rafael Devers, I think, is one of the most talented players out there. And believe it or not, even though he plays for the Red Sox, I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves. So if JD and Rafael can come together, we may see some magic from those two this year. And let's not forget Alex Verdugo, who we got from Mookie Betts. Now, granted, he's no Betts, but he has turned out to be quite the player. And if the Red Sox were going to lose Betts for all that money, Verdugo is probably the next best thing they could have gotten in return, because he's really done well. And Xander Bogaerts is, again, there's so many great shortstops out there now. I think he flies under the radar, believe it or not. And he is one of the best shortstops in the game today. So the Red Sox have some really good quality all-star everyday players. And coming up from the farm system, Bobby Dalbec. Now, I'm not sure how he's going to be in the field or what his batting average is going to be, but he has quite the home run swing. And if he's not counting on to hit in the 3-4 spot, I'm sure he'll deliver lower in the lineup with some long ball. And they also got Hunter Renfroe and Kiki Hernandez, who is Mr. Versatility. And I don't think people realize the contribution he made to that Dodger organization. Now, Dodgers are so deep, they probably won't miss him, but most teams would, because he is that valuable a player. And I think he'll probably be getting a lot of position time at second base this year. As far as the backups are concerned, Christian Vasquez is a great catcher before we can get to that. But Kevin Plawecki is one of the best backup catchers you could have in baseball. And Christian Vasquez is just a solid player. Now, pitching is always going to be the question mark with the Red Sox. Chris Sale is not expected back until midseason, so we'll see what develops there. The Red Sox could sure use Chris Sale, a healthy Chris Sale, because he's lights out and he's almost a guaranteed streak stopper, losing streak stopper every fifth day out there. So when he's healthy, he's a beast. But just his weird pitching motion and his physique, I think sometimes hurt him. So hopefully there's no career-threatening damage to his injury. Eduardo Rodriguez, who had the COVID-19 symptoms and then had complications from that afterwards, is hopefully healthy and ready to come back. And he's a steady arm in the rotation. And then we have Nathan Eovaldi, who basically cashed in on that 2 or 3 month run when the Red Sox won the World Championship. He's a hard one to figure out because I think the stuff is there. I just don't get why he can't raise it to the next level on a consistent basis. And then they got Garrett Richards from the Angels. He can give them innings, and Marty Perez also is in the rotation. In the bullpen, who likes it when a Yankee goes to a Red Sox team? Adam Ottavino did that, and he'll probably be the setup man in the eighth inning. Excuse me. With Matt Barnes being the closer. And that's a pretty good 1-2 punch. So if the Red Sox can get to this eighth and ninth inning, they'll be in pretty good shape. So before we get into the projected lineups and everything, let's give you a little brief rundown of the Red Sox history. In 1901, they were again one of the charter members of the American League, and they've been in Fenway Park since 1912. So yes, Fenway Park is over 100 years old. That's amazing. And as you could tell by the seats at Fenway Park, they were built that those seats were built for people who lived in the early 20th century, because a lot of fat arses in today's society wouldn't be able to fit in those seats. And there's nothing more painful than being in a seat where you don't fit and it's hard and uncomfortable. But the allure of Fenway Park, park itself, the dimensions, the wall, makes the tedious process of sitting in uncomfortable seats and being in crowded Fenway Park, I guess, an experience we all need to capture. And New England loves the Red Sox. They're the only team in the whole area. And when they're going good, they are a tough baseball ticket. They may be the toughest baseball ticket out there. Now, the Red Sox name was chosen by John Taylor in 1908. Basically, they took the name from other teams in the Boston area that were called the Red Stockings. You see, I'm getting all choked up over this. This name thing really gets to me. And when the Red Sox came into existence, they were the team in the American League. People don't realize that, but they won the first World Series against Pittsburgh in 1903, and they won 4 more championships by 1918. Now we go into the curse of Bambino. Yes, yes, yes. When they had to sell Babe Ruth to finance Harry Frazier's play, that basically put the curse, if you believe in curses, on the Red Sox. And it took a long time for them to get back. After their World Championship in 1918, and Babe was sold a year or two later, they had to wait until 2004 until they won their 6th World Championship. That is painful. So the long-suffering Red Sox fans, I feel for you. The 86 one was what really hurt against the Mets, when you just one strike away from winning it all. And there were other heartbreaks along the way. The 67 team could have been the miracle team, but they fell short in the World Series. But the Red Sox tradition is loud and proud. Despite all the lean years where they didn't win a World Championship, they were still competitive in many of them. And like I said, there's something about Ted Williams. Unfortunately, he never won the World Series. And all these great players have played for the Red Sox. There's so much tradition with the Red Sox. And you have Enos Slaughter's Mad Dash in 1946. Like I mentioned, the Impossible Dream. Who will forget the 75 World Series, one of the best ever? And Carlton Fisk's infamous home run that'll live forever. And unfortunately, Bill Buckner's error. And again, I don't think that cost them the World Series at all. It's just an unfortunate thing that happened, everything that led up to that. and they could have won Game 7. They were up in Game 7. People forget that they blew Game 7. They had a 3-0 lead, I think, in the 6th inning, and they blew that one. So Bill Buck, sort of like Bartman in Chicago, someone had to get the blame, and once people pile on, they pile on. But I do feel bad for Bill Buckner after all these years. And then in 2018, after they won the World Series, they became the first team to win 4 World Series in the 21st century. So we always think of the Yankees as the pride and joy of the American League, but the Red Sox have actually won 4 world titles in the 21st century. They won them in 2004, 2007, 2013, and 2018. Now, the projected starting lineup for the Red Sox this year, and I love this lineup. I mean, for a team that most are considering only to be a 500 ball club, I love this lineup. Alex Verdugo, like I said, his potential is unlimited. And like I said, not bad comp. You can never replace Mookie Betts, but he was good compensation indeed. And he'll be the leadoff hitter playing center field. Xander Bogaerts will be the shortstop, and he'll be batting second. Rafael Devers is projected to bat third and play third base. JD Martinez will be the DH, and he'll be batting fourth. Like I said, he's the key. If JD can bounce back, I expect big things from the Red Sox lineup. And JD, especially Rafael Devers, I mean, this guy's a budding superstar. I mean, he could be one of the faces of the franchise for many, many years to come. Christian Vasquez, like I said, you're going to hear a lot about from him. He's a great, great catcher. I mean, I love him. And I think he's due for a breakout. He's 30 years old, but I think he's really going to come into his own this year, especially sandwiched around such good bats in the lineup. And one of them is Hunter Renfroe from the San Diego Padres. Now, Hunter can hit the long ball, and he's going to be a welcome sight in Fenway Park. And like I said, there's some guys in this lineup that have pop, and Hunter's one of them. Frenchie Cordero will be in left field. Frenchie's a pretty good ball player. Bobby Dalbec is the one that they're going to have eyes upon and see what he can do with his bat in the lineup. And Kiki Hernandez, like I said, he could not only be a good utility player, but he may be their second baseman. Give him a shot. Let's see what he can do. I mean, he's in his prime right now. He's 29, and let's give him that shot. Give him a shot for a year. And the bullpen itself, like I said, it's Adam Ottavino and Max Barnes. Like I said, Max Barnes is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. The guy's got senior smoke, and Adam Ottavino, if Barnes is the closer, is the perfect man to be the setup man. And they have some other good arms in there too. I do like Ryan Brazier as a setup man. The guy I'm looking out for is Josh Taylor. He's a lefty, and put in the right situation, he can get the job done. And the starting rotation, like I said, we're all waiting on Chris Sale, and we'll see what happens with Chris going forward. But Nathan Eovaldi would probably be the ace coming out of the chute this year for the Red Sox, and they need all these guys to have good years. Eduardo Rodriguez, I really count heavily on him too. Garrett Richards, like I said, he's a reliable pitcher. He's not going to be a 1 or 2 pitcher for you, but he should do okay. And then Martin Perez and Nick Pivetta round out the rotation for now till Chris Sale comes back. And the future stars, how ironic that Jeter Downs, named after Derek Jeter, is on the horizon. He'll be future shortstop or second baseman for them. What position? Probably be second base, I guess. Kiki Hernandez just probably just holding the spot, and I don't think Xander Bogaerts, unless they have plans to get rid of him somehow, would be departing. But so look for Jeter Downs at second base, and Tristan Casas is another one who they're high on, and he's a first baseman, third baseman. So we'll see what pans out. He could end up being a utility player or just a trade bait in the next couple of years, but a lot of people are high on him. So that's basically it for my recap of the Red Sox season, their history, and their projected lineups. My prediction for the Red Sox is don't count them out for a wild card. You never know what's going to happen in the American League. There's a lot of question marks. Teams that are expected to do better than the Red Sox are question marks, but the Red Sox, everything goes well, they could compete for a wild card. I think it's the Yankees' division to win. But we shall see. But all has to go right. Otherwise, they could be a 500 team. And if things go wrong, and we know what the Red Sox expect the unexpected, you never know what's going to happen next. They could be below 500 team. So how about that for putting it on the line for you guys? I'm really stepping out on the limb. But honestly, as a fan, I'd like to see the Red Sox in playoff contention. Realistically, I think they'll be around a 500 team. And we'll leave it at that. I think they got an outside shot for the playoffs. So that's my review. Hope you liked it. If you like it, hit like. If you didn't like it, hit don't like. And please leave comments if you have any. And like I said, all these videos, I do one a day for the Facebook group, and I'm doing these team projections for the Facebook group. But every day I have additional material. Like in the last couple of days, I had little opinions and summaries of Shohei Ohtani and Blake Snell. I got good feedback from that. And like I said, you have any suggestions you want me to talk about here, I'll do it for you. If you want to pop on and share a quick broadcast with me, by all means do. Just request it and we can work something out. But again, I thank you for watching these videos and thank you for being the best baseball Facebook group in America, over 9,800 strong. And I love every one of you. And I just want to wish you a happy Friday. Great weekend. Remember, play ball. We're less than 3 weeks away. And I think, what are we, 20 Roberto Clemente days away? I'm not even sure. I think Roberto Clemente days away. So play ball. And as always, when I sign off, it's time to say adios.